Good evening. Good evening. It is Wednesday again. It just blows my mind how quickly the Wednesdays come. But I am super excited to see you all tonight. I cannot wait to hear your stories every single week for almost 3 years now. We have just been blown away and inspired and creative, just different creative ideas come from listening to these calls and people that share the different ways they're using the scanner with themselves, with their families, with their friends, with strangers, even in the store or out on the street. It's just amazing what people are doing. So we want to hear from you tonight. Remember, we are not making any kind of claims. This is not a medical type thing or any kind of diagnostic. We have something that's so much better and so much more powerful called information technology and frequency medicine. So there's nothing like it available to mankind. We have the very most advanced, amazing technology here. And if you have not heard about AOScan before and you're just watching the replay, make sure that you reach out to somebody that you saw on the call. If you can't figure out how to get a hold of anybody, send an email to wowwellnesswithsolex@gmail.com. And if a certain person just really resonated with you, leave their name and we'll get you connected. So Marianne is my amazing co-host from Canada, and I want you to welcome us.
Okay, hi. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our weekly testimonial call. The stories that we share, that we hear, are so inspiring, and it's just bringing an awareness to the population, to people all over the world of what's available and what's possible when it comes to dealing with your sense of wellness. So, anyways, yeah, I'm happy to be here. Welcome to the guests. Welcome to the Solex family. And let's get going.
Woohoo! All right, who wants to open us up? Who's got a story? Something to share.
Well, I can go first. And actually the reason why I was not on camera right away is because I was chatting with another new QLA who has been using the AO scanner and has put herself in a little bit of a pickle because she keeps pressing all the different buttons and which is fantastic getting to know the system, but she's going through a little bit of a detox. So I'm helping her through this. I'm like, no more frequencies. Let me scan you. Let me see what's going on. And
She's grounded.
really, she's got a really sore throat that nothing will touch, right? So I just recall having, I'm not sure where I got it, but it was a sore throat spray playlist. So I said,
Oh,
let me run this on you. Let me run this on you and let me know in a half an hour. And so I just got a message from her that it was working, and she's been in agony. Like she can't even get watered down because it's like razor blades. You guys have we've all experienced that.
yeah.
But yeah, she's taking all this natural stuff, and she says she's from out of province, so she's from British Columbia, and she says I think I need to go to the emergency room because my throat is so sore. And what do you think about me getting an antibiotic? And I'm like, you don't need an antibiotic. I mean, I don't know that, but I'm saying you
Mhm.
have this toolkit. So let's figure out what's going on with you. So it's been so great to just be able to plug her in there. And um, I never had her in my scanner because we signed her up and we created her own profile under her own account. So but yeah, just being able to share, like, this is how powerful this is. You don't need to go to the hospital. We'll get your detox symptoms under control, get you some water because hydration was a big thing that came up, and just let the body settle into this new reality of you with all your button pressing. So that's it's pretty powerful what this technology is doing for people.
Yeah, I love that. And you had so many points there, like antibiotics. How often are antibiotics prescribed for things that aren't even a bacterial infection? So now we have antibiotic resistance off the charts because they just throw them at people because they come in with cold symptoms or flu symptoms, and it could be viral, or, it could be some kind of allergic thing. It could be all kinds of different things, but they just throw antibiotics. Well, we have antibiotics in our scanner. that isn't going to
Yeah.
cause antibiotic resistance. So,
Well, yeah. And that's one of the first things I said. I'm like, if it's viral, then antibiotics aren't going to touch it anyway. And then you're going to be repairing your intestinal gut mucosa for months down the road.
exactly.
So this is
Yep.
all new to them, and so I'm just happy that I can be a part of educating and
Yeah.
guiding them on this journey. So just keep with the water and just bear through it. She gave me the list of all the symptoms. I'm like, yeah, this sounds like standard detox, but when our bodies are trying to eliminate these toxins, our immune systems now are like, they're a little bit weakened. So that's when those viruses can sometimes get in there and wreak havoc. So
Yep.
just
Yep.
be
For
patient.
sure. Yeah.
I
And
think
I
it's
love
always,
that. Go ahead,
go ahead.
Jason.
I was going to say, I think it's always, uh, it's, it's fun, it's exciting, it's surprising, it's so many different words. When our clients come to us after they've subscribed to the scanner and they're like, I think I got to go see my doctor. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? You have a doctor in your pocket.
It's not a doctor, but it's a great tool. It
It's a
can
great tool.
tell you what's
And,
going on.
and even with ourselves, we openly admitted, like, oh, yeah, I could have done the scanner instead of sitting here suffering through with this or that.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so there, it's so available for us,
Yeah.
yet we tend to forget how how available and how easy it is to fix ourselves and help ourselves
Well,
with this.
those are some really great points because we're so programmed to go to the clinic, go to the doctor. That's just our programming. Well, what happens when you go? Most of the time, they can't tell you what's going on. They throw something at you. They give you prescriptions and they're guessing, or they say, well, we can't find anything wrong, so there's nothing wrong with you. I mean, seriously, I discovered that when I was in my early 20s. I had to become my own doctor because they could never give me answers. And I'm like, why the flip am I paying you and wasting my time driving to you when you can't tell me anything? So, seriously, with your scanner, we have information they don't have. They can't give you the information our scanner can give you. And we're not saying that we are claiming to replace doctors. In emergency medicine, we absolutely need hospitals when you've got an emergency. But for common daily things that maybe they are miserable, but why don't you just scan and get information about what could be going on? And then I love your playlist for sore throat spray. I've got to have that. We should share that in the
Right.
team.
Yeah. Well, and I think that you can probably just imprint, right? And then
Yep,
use it orally to get the same effect, but I'm just
exactly.
broadcasting it. But exactly, like I'm thinking I'm going to make up a couple of things, when we're on the road and just have something available if I
Yeah.
ever need to use it.
Yeah. That's a great point, too. And for those of you on the call or listening to the replay, I want to let you know that you have the capability with this AO scan technology to create your own remedies. They're frequency medicine like homeopathy, cell salt, homeopathic cell salts. It's just frequency. So we have actually frequencies of antibiotics. And wouldn't that be amazing if you can use the frequency without wiping out your entire microbiome and then having to restore that? It's so cool.
Love it.
Ah, thank you. There was so many golden nuggets in that share. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I will share just a little. I don't share very often just because I love to hear from everybody. But seriously, I have been having some massive sleep issues. I'm going mattress shopping this week because I've been playing musical beds. But like you said, Jason, we forget sometimes the power of what we have, and I suffer through it, forgetting of all my resources. I happened to find a really great Sleep Well playlist that I had. It's packed with all the things that I knew were bothering me. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, I had had enough, and it's like, okay, I've got to try this. It's been 2 nights I have not slept, and I slept. And I was like, it still blows my mind. I hate to say that it seems silly saying that I'm surprised, but I really am surprised. I mean, frequencies, seriously, people don't understand how powerful these are. So I'm just grateful because I didn't have to take any sleep aids. I didn't have to get a prescription, and I actually was able to sleep. So just another great reminder.
Fantastic. Because there is not, when I was gone, I was gone for 10 days visiting family. So I'm hopping around for different beds. So I know what you're talking about there. And yes, those sleepless do help. When I arrived in Alberta, everybody had this flu and no one had told me. Like my family, my kids, like seriously. So they were struggling with it. So they're kind of like they feel better, and then a day later it would seem to be coming back. And so I had brought the foot detox with me. I packed it up and I took it on the plane. And I'll tell you what, it was a little nerve-wracking, but that thing I had it packed really well, and I got it on the plane, and so they were like, "What is this?" So I ran scans on him, but I'll tell you what, I did two foot detoxes on my one son who'd had it for like a couple of weeks. Are you kidding me? I don't know why they won't tell me, because I mean, what do I know, right? I'm their mom. So, anyways, 2 foot detoxes and got the scans running completely gone, and they kept having this mucus thing happening and the throat thing and all this stuff. 2 days, guys, and this had really settled in. So here's my little grandchildren. I put them on there too. I only did 10 minutes with them, and I was sitting there with them, asking them questions and whatever. And wow, they were so excited. And I just had on level one, and they had been also through this. So everybody got, everybody had treatments. And when I left a red light bracelet with my one son. And yeah, I mean, I swooped in, and they were all sick, and then Mama Bear left, and they were all healthy again. So, it was wonderful to have that. And I was really going to, I don't know why, I just thought I'm going to bring this foot detox because I wanted them to experience it. Right.
Oh,
Anyways, you guys, there's so many great things that Solex offers. The scan is the bomb. I mean, that's the thing we lead with, but we have amazing products. And so I also left some methylene blue, or some blue, with them, and yeah, and a few other little goodies. So, anyways, that's my stories. So I'll write that on our story list.
the fact that you felt the nudge to take the foot detox, I believe that's Holy Spirit saying we need to do this. And look what happened. You you went with it and you helped your family.
And they were pretty good at the airport, really. I just said, "This is medical equipment." They go, "Oh, it's pretty big. Maybe we should put it on, oh, what do you call it? The checked luggage." And this is when I'm already on the plane. And I was like, "No, sorry, it's medical
Nope.
equipment." That's all I said. They're like, "Oh, okay. Well, then we made it work, right?" It did fit. It just had to take a moment to get it on the floor and, situated in the seat in front of us, but in front of me. But sometimes it's worth it. I also brought the red light therapy, and they all enjoyed that too. So I mean, bigger pieces of the red light therapy. Like, I just love Solex so much.
Oh, I
I'm so grateful. Thank you, Sheila, for telling me about it.
Yeah, I am so grateful too. I mean, I love Lauren's heart and his mind, and I love to put different supplements in my kids' stockings for Christmas or some of the accessories, whatever we have going on. I know last year we just got the pearls launched, so everybody got pearls and they loved them. Even the kids will take them. So, what a fantastic gift for Christmas.
What
Seriously, for you.
about Vision? They taste amazing. We
Oh,
all
I
have eyes,
know. Yeah.
right? We all have
That
eyes. That would be a great one again.
I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to put in there this year, and that's a great one. Yeah. And the energy strips.
Oh boy, I
Hi,
see some more people
ladies.
coming on here, and I know their stories, so I'm going to be quiet like Shalou. Shalou's ready to
Well,
explode.
I- I'd like to share one because this is exciting. I just had, well, last week I shared, I think, like I had a 44-year-old dad that was in here, single father, and he literally thought he was dying, right? Anyway, we did the scans, showed him, look, you're okay. He was literally, because he'd had skin cancer before. So he thought it was coming back. And so he was doing his will and all that kind of craziness. Anyway, using the scans, and I put them under like the the rain and stuff like that, and some of the other therapies I have here. He left here a totally different man than the one that came in. And so today he had his 11-year-old son come in because he wanted me to do the same thing, run the scans and just, help his son uh, sort of understand the lifestyle changes and that. Because as a young child, all of a sudden they were drinking nothing but ginger ale all day long.
Oh, oh my word.
Okay. And so, I said, well, when the dad was here, he actually left with the energy drops because this kid plays hockey and the Gatorade and all the crap that they tell them. And I'm like, no, no, just no more pop. If he's not used to the taste of water, put some of these energy in, it'll also help. And he also took the energy strips so that when he's playing hockey, he can just pop a strip in before he goes. Um, but oh my goodness, like, when you have a tool like the scanner where you can explain to people, how it's your body communicating and telling us what's going on. And then, like, all I did was his inner voice. And I was able to show him. And even though he's only 11, there was a brain spine sciatica showed up.
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah, I have an injury, a skiing injury,
Oh,
right? And
wow.
stuff like that. So even as young as he is, like he was able to make the connections and go, oh, that's probably from that and all of that, right?
Ugh.
And then just to wrap it up, I wanted him to just experience the rain. So I had him under there for like 10 minutes. And oh my goodness, like the color in his cheeks was unbelievable, like from just like pale to all of a sudden, like they were rosy. You'd think
Wow.
someone had put blush on them. It was amazing. So, like it's such a great feeling to be able to, show people, and because it's so professionally done, it's not like, it's all there. You're just the technician going, hey, this is what the report spit out,
Yeah.
and easy enough for them to understand. And then, just the supplements, like I'm excited for them they've ordered the core and all that stuff for them to get on it so
Mhm.
that they're going to feel the difference. Because even at the age of 11, he had a hockey injury and he ended up needing surgery. And so for a month, he hasn't been able to play. And literally, he was going into a depression because he's like, oh, look, I've put on weight and this and that and everything else. So I sent him his inner voice and I did the AO Mind Sync. I said, you need to listen to this because it's going to help you get into the right mindset. And so now, instead of fighting his dad on why are we changing everything we used to do, he's right on board on the same page and understanding why the lifestyle changes are coming along. So it's really cool.
Ah, that is cool. Lives changed that young. Wow, what a blessing.
Yeah.
He just
Ah,
expanded his mind too, like for the rest of his life about what's possible. We need to get to these younger kids and well, everybody needs to learn about this, but when we get to the children and start
Mhm.
showing them, like they'll just accept it, they'll embrace it. And
yeah,
to experience it is even like that's it. That's the whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic story, Shalu.
Yeah. No,
And
that was
another
so
golden
exciting.
nugget of giving people an experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all it
Mm-hmm.
takes.
Mm-hmm. I gave
Ah,
someone experience and now they're signing up with the scan. Like it's reaching out and I just really feel that I think we all feel that in our Solex family that there's a moral obligation to share and maybe some people will be ready for it and maybe some won't, but it's just putting it out there and offering and seeing what comes back or even the questions starts a conversation. And, I mean, again, just, the solar, this was really messing people up in the last couple of weeks. The corona mass ejections from the sun were off the charts, and we're having X class flares, which is like the strongest, like they can't get any stronger than X. They'll have to create a new category for flares if it does, and they were right up there. And people were thinking that was something was wrong with them or they, maybe that was the scans. It had nothing to do with that. It was the excessive highly charged, plasma that's, bombarding the planet. Even my cat was out to lunch. It was affecting her. She was acting weird. I had to throw her on the scan because she was psychotic for a while. I was like, oh my God, right? Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I know how I was feeling. My ears were ringing. I was like, oh, all kinds of stuff. I couldn't sleep for 3 nights in a row. Wow. So I just made sure that that we should, everyone knew that they should be drinking some like lots of water and add some salt and use the scans to calm down your nervous system and listen
Yeah.
to your inner voice and that because you guys, we've got tools we could help people when they're going through that.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, this solar cycle is not over yet. So I
Mhm.
could see people just wanting to get the scans so they can deal with those things, the ringing ears, the gastrointestinal, the migraines were off the charts. I was dealing with migraines all over the place. So, I mean, this is such an amazing technology and it helps on so many levels.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, you had a lot of gold nuggets in there too, as well. The inner voice itself, just bringing the parasympathetic nervous system down because we've got to diffuse that fight or flight, and people are dealing with that so much more. And if we can just bring that down, because they can't do anything else until we get that covered. Parasympathetic and the vagus nerve and all that. We've got to bring some balance there before they can even heal or think straight. So just using the inner voice and doing the scanning and optimizing, but listening to their inner voice will help downregulate that parasympathetic nervous system because we just can't stay there. It's damaging. It causes disease. So fantastic golden nuggets there. And remembering the power that you have in your scanner. When you hear somebody that's dealing with these things, say, hey, can I just run a scan for you and give you some custom tones to listen to and see what happens?
Mhm.
Wow,
Mhm.
how short and easy.
We need to really, I think, just as a humanity, right now, we just need to reach out and just really help everybody that we can. Some
Yes.
people, it's a giving the scan. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I don't know what it is. You'll know in your heart. But I'll tell you what, the more that I give, without any strings attached from my heart. I don't have to worry about it. All comes back, right?
Mhm.
It all makes a circle. And referrals, people that I did parasite cleanses with last year, they're getting a hold of me again, and now they're bringing their boyfriends in, and they're bringing their friends in. They're doing groups, and they're not interested necessarily. They're younger people, and they're in college and university. They don't really want their own scans. They're totally into ordering blue and stuff like that. But yeah, can you do a month of scans and we'll all pay you? And I was like, sure. So they're coming back with friends. You just don't know how it's going to affect people. And we do know that parasite cleanses are important. And we
Yeah.
could do so much with these scans. It's just amazing.
Oh my gosh,
And
can you
it's
believe?
easy. I want everyone to know it's an easy way. This is an easy technology, right? I mean, if you can run other apps, right? Has anybody else been on an app before? Well, you can do this, you guys. I mean, we're all teaching grandpas and grandmas and kids know how
Kids.
to, moms and whatever. And let's giddy up, go. Some of the autism testimonials are pretty amazing too. So
Oh
just
my
had to
goodness.
plug in for that. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the autism, we have a young client that we see when we go on the road to he's in Winnipeg, and his mom signed up at the end of September, and I just got a message from her a few weeks ago saying that her son is thriving, and unfortunately, she said she just had to leave her job, so money was tight, and she wouldn't be able to keep her subscription for now. And I said to Jason, I'm like, we're paying for her subscription because I want that little boy. He's doing so much better, and I'm like, we can't take this away. Like we
Yeah.
need to keep helping them. So she
Mm.
just reached out to me this morning, and she's like, I can't believe you offered this, but you know what? It will come back,
Yeah.
and it's just like because that little boy has so much to give.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. It's just kind of like the seeds that we are to plant. They never go left void. I mean, wow. You're always going to receive so much more than you give. And that to people that have not the means, that is massive to them. For people that have the means, it's not that hard, but maybe it is kind of a struggle to help someone in need for a month. But what kind of rewards do you get when you watch them thrive and they get to the place now that they're doing better and they can give back or they can share with other people? It's just, oh, goodness sakes. That's amazing. Thank you so much for helping that young man.
Yes, that's very kind of you and not surprising.
No, it's not surprising. Oh my gosh, I just love this company so much and the heart here and what we are doing. Our mission is to serve humanity, and we just want to reach the people who are ready, who are looking, and who are interested. And not everyone's going to be ready, and that's perfectly fine because it's not up to us. But our job is to get the information out there so those people know how to find us. So I just appreciate you guys for taking time out of your night. I know it's a sacrifice. It is. And we do this every week. And I still cannot believe that 3 years of every week, I am still just blown away every week with these stories. I just don't know if my mind is ever going to wrap my head around all this enough that I'm just not shocked. It's just amazing. Marianne, would you mind closing us out tonight?
Oh, that would be my honor. Yes, thanks again for asking me to be a co-host. Thanks everybody for their shining faces and their presence here. And we want to just, hop on the Solex weekly update call now. And that's on YouTube at Solex LLC. And we'll see you over there and we'll see you next week. Thanks. And thanks, Sheila.
Yes. Love you all so much.